Imagine pouring a fresh jug of fluid into your diesel truck, expecting everything to run smooth as silk, only to have that dreaded check engine light stare right back at you. Frustrating, right? If you have pulled a P203C code, you are likely dealing with a reductant level sensor circuit low error. Now, do not let the fancy technical jargon scare you. We are talking about modern diesel engines here, specifically ones that use DEF, or diesel exhaust fluid, to keep emissions clean. Your engine control module, or ECM, is basically running a mini emissions testing station right under your hood 24/7. It constantly monitors how much urea solution acts as that reductant to scrub the exhaust. The P203C code specifically means the ECM is seeing an unexpectedly low electrical reading from the sensor that is supposed to tell it how much fluid is in the tank. It's like the brain of the truck is asking, "Hey, how much juice do we have left?" And the sensor is whispering back a signal that is too weak to be understood. While this might sound catastrophic, honestly, strictly speaking about immediate danger to the engine internals, it is a fairly minor code compared to something like low oil pressure. However, because this system deals with emissions, you do not want to ignore it. Most states and countries have strict rules, and eventually the system might limit your speed or prevent the engine from starting if it thinks it's out of fluid, even if the tank is full. You might notice symptoms like the check engine light, excessive smoke, or a dashboard warning saying the DEF level is low, when you know for a fact you just topped it off. The causes are usually straightforward. It could be the sensor itself has failed, there's an electrical short, or even something as simple as having the wrong type of fluid in the tank. So how do we fix this without throwing money at parts you don't need? First, always check for technical service bulletins, or TSBs, for your specific year and model. Manufacturers often release updates for these known issues. If that's clear, start with the basics. Clear the active codes and take a test drive to see if it comes back. Sometimes it's just a glitch. Next, get eyes on the physical tank. I've seen these located in trunks, under the chassis, or near the fuel neck. Make sure you're actually looking at the DEF tank and not something else. If you can physically check the level with a dipstick or even just by shining a flashlight in there, do it. You need to verify if the tank is actually empty or if the sensor is lying. If the tank is full but the computer thinks it's empty, you're likely looking at a sensor issue. This is where a multimeter becomes your best friend. You'll want to access the connector for the level sensor. Check for corrosion, bad connections, or chafed wires. Wiring damage is super common on these because they're exposed to the elements under the truck. If the wiring looks good, you'll need to test the resistance of the sensor itself and compare it to the manufacturer's specs. If the values are off, unfortunately, you're probably going to have to replace that sensor unit, which might be mounted directly to the tank. Just be ready to catch any fluid that spills out. It's a messy job, but saving your emission system and getting that light off is worth the effort.